How are prisoners of war defined under international humanitarian law? In today's world, the treatment of prisoners of war is a topic that is gaining attention. With ongoing conflicts in various regions, understanding how these individuals are defined and protected is essential. Many people are searching for clarity on this matter, especially in light of recent events. So, how exactly are prisoners of war defined under international humanitarian law? International humanitarian law, particularly the Geneva Conventions, establishes a framework for the treatment of prisoners of war. The Third Geneva Convention specifically addresses this issue. It defines prisoners of war as individuals who have fallen into the power of the enemy during an armed conflict. This includes members of the armed forces and members of militias or volunteer corps associated with a party to the conflict. Prisoners of war must be treated humanely and are entitled to specific protections under international law. The Geneva Conventions ensure that they are safeguarded against violence, torture, and any form of mistreatment. They are entitled to humane treatment, which includes access to food, water, and medical care. If prisoners of war are accused of a crime, they have the right to a fair trial. They are also allowed to communicate with their families and receive visits from the International Committee of the Red Cross. This organization plays a vital role in monitoring the treatment of prisoners of war and ensuring their rights are upheld. It is important to note that not everyone captured in an armed conflict qualifies for prisoner of war status. Individuals who do not meet specific criteria, such as those without a clear chain of command or those not wearing uniforms, may be classified as unlawful combatants. However, even these individuals retain certain rights, including humane treatment and a fair trial. Nations that have signed the Geneva Conventions are obligated to investigate and prosecute violations of these laws. This includes any mistreatment of prisoners of war. The accountability mechanisms in place are essential for upholding international humanitarian law. Additionally, the protection of civilians during armed conflicts is a critical aspect of international humanitarian law. Civilians must not be targeted, and they are entitled to protections against torture and mistreatment, similar to those afforded to prisoners of war. The laws of war requiring occupying powers to protect civilians and provide them with essential needs like food and water. Understanding how prisoners of war are defined and treated under international humanitarian law is vital. It reflects the commitment to maintaining ethical standards during armed conflicts and ensuring the rights of all individuals are respected.